How are you feeling? You're not hungry, are you? I made sure to give you plenty of food beforehand. I thought 2 retainers would have been enough, but when you asked for a third, I was surprised. That made me wonder about your definition of full satiation. I imagine the hunger is different. If you want to eat, then let me know. The guests here aren't snacks. I said I'd make sure you'd be fed, and you will be. That's why I brought some of your retainers as a precaution. The collar is a last resort. As much as I would find enjoyment in it, I can't walk you around with a leash like some rabid dog. Well, you've experienced it. The voltage brought you to your knees immediately. I never thought something so small could be so powerful. And if you decided to take your chances, you'd make a scene, though I'd prefer if you didn't. That's true. They can't seem to get enough of you. They might try to seem casual, but I think I've seen at least 5 people walk past the doorway 3 times to catch a glimpse of you. Not coming into the room means it's already working. What are they saying? Hmm. Them thinking I'm crazy is old news. What else? Interesting. They might outwardly talk about doing harm to you, but they wouldn't dare. I'd bet those saying that are the most scared of you. I think they expect you to snap at any moment, and they don't want to be in here when that happens. Oh, you like the attention, do you? Well, most are giving it to you. What about it do you find appealing? Fear is always a treat to see. Oh, I've seen it on countless occasions. Fear that I'll threaten one's existence in some form of way. Oh, I love it. They know what I'm capable of, and I don't need speed or strength to tease my hand. No, but you're a predator, and they're skittish around you, even though they try to look indifferent. They know they're inferior. You can hear it, can't you? It could be the nerves. They're probably wondering if you can hear them. And, if so, if you know they're afraid without saying a word. Some guests must be feeling very exposed right now. Those who have an idea what you are anyway. No, that's the thing. They don't know. The rumors perpetuate fear. In this case, it's effective. Because bringing you here is like announcing I have a bomb, and I don't know when it's going to go off or who it'll target. But these people won't flee. They might have their bodyguards on standby, but nothing will happen. This party is much too important. It's uncommon for so many of us to be in one place. These people value connections above all else. And what better way to bring them together than an innocent birthday party? Lilian Vasilou, my colleague. She's arguably one of the most influential women in the world. She's the president of the European Council. Prestigious, isn't it? Naturally, equally important people are in attendance. Yes, including myself. And that's why you had to be here. I've heard some troubling things. There's been talk of certain movements in my circle. Before I acquired you, it seemed like arrangements were being made. People were being paid off. I have eyes where people don't care to look. But after I bought you, plans seemed to pause. But now I've been told it's picking up its pace again, and I can't have that. I made sure they knew. I took the inmates for a reason. Sometimes I depend on predictability. It can be a weapon if you use it wisely. No, that's where you differ. And why you're more interesting than every person here. Even to them. They might not want to admit it, but you are the main attraction. Anyway, I want to make sure everyone is put back in their place. I don't know who in particular, and that's what frustrates me. I have to play my cards carefully, including you, which is why you're only here to serve as an introduction. You're right. It could be anyone. And I have to suspect everyone. The only person I feel comfortable around is you. And that's saying something, isn't it? Flattery wasn't my intention. But if you hear anything suspicious, I'd like you to tell me. I didn't know this was an exchange. What do you want in return? I'm not giving you a drink here, so don't even bother. The collar is loose enough. You think I don't know what game you're playing? I haven't had you for long and I already know. You can have my wine instead. It's red enough, right? Unfortunately, my tap is closed tonight. The only ones you can sample are the ones I tell you. Understand? Good. Here, drink some. How does it taste to you? Is it your turn to flatter me? If I taste sweeter, then you can only consider me a treat. I don't want you to become addicted. Do you know what happens to animals that can't control themselves? They get punished, or trained, or in the worst case, put down. No, I wouldn't do that. It'd be a waste of money. So behave, and when we get back home, I might indulge you in a glass or two. I know you're impatient, but you can wait. I've fed you enough. Are you this close to me for a reason? Caging me with your body? Well, is looking like you want to eat me a tactic of yours? To have everyone see you be, what? Possessive? Defensive? Hungry? You're attached. You haven't left my side since we got here. And the way you're looking at my neck would make people assume. You're learning. They're waiting for you to snap. Do you see what one action can do? How powerful it can be? Remember it. It might serve you well in future. But for now, practice it. I need to talk to a few guests, and I need to find the birthday girl as well. Everyone will be trying to curry favor with her. It's a good thing I already have it. I've known her for around 12 years, and she knew my father. They had a good working relationship before he died, and I've taken his place. She's formidable. I need her on my side. She can move mountains if she wanted. but she's calculative, patient. You want to? Then let's find her. But behave yourself. Because I know what you're like. Meaning, the reason I found you to begin with. Can you be courteous? This kind of party isn't new to you, so I expect it would be simple. You can curb your appetite. If you're good, you'll get a treat, remember? More than that is up for debate. Maybe. We'll see. Ah, there she is. Over there. The one with black hair. Red stilettos. Lillian's 60, not 25. She is nothing like Renee, and you know it. It'll take more than a threat to her life to make me anxious. Take it as a challenge if you want. You know what my stances are on a lot of things, and you know I mean what I say. You fucked around and you found out. Don't make it a routine. And if you want that, then I'll adjust my methods.
Excuse me.
The 60s compliment you. Happy birthday.
Another decade has somehow flown by, and I can do nothing but wave at it.
You did so much. You should applaud it instead, and give yourself more credit.
The credit makes my queue of enemies grow longer. I don't have time to entertain them all.
And you shouldn't. We share the burden for a reason, don't we?
Yes, we do. And I thank you for it. And is this who my guests have been whispering about the whole evening?
Maybe. This is my new bodyguard.
A pleasure. Is that a shock collar?
It was the most efficient piece of equipment. Sleek and effective for the task.
That's enough to incapacitate you? He's already tested it on you, hasn't he? I can only imagine the pain. And the rumors. You want them kept as rumors?
I'll let it fester and see what happens.
Oh, it's festering. It's almost as if you wanted to steal the spotlight from me.
Well, you know how much I like to hide in the light. You are blinding in it.
You know me, all about making change for the better.
And how is that going?
The master's proposition is going as planned. Unfortunately, the movement is becoming louder, and most of the children are throwing tantrums behind the curtains. They like change, but not that kind of change. They want to hurt the master.
Hence the power play.
A power play indeed. It reminds me of someone familiar, who the master succeeded. A shrewd god.
Not as grand in schemes.
But a capable bloodline nonetheless. And you've moved up the ranks quite swiftly. I trust you will protect your client. He's an important man, an integral one for the future. You haven't told them.
Not yet.
Well, it's not my place to say then, though I'll caution you to do it soon.
In time. Is Nilsson here?
He left just before you arrived. His business is classified.
Of course. We'll talk about it some other time.
Unfortunately, I'll have to excuse myself. Many more hands to shake and breaths to smell.
Good luck to you. And again, happy birthday.
Thank you. Enjoy the party. And it was a thrill meeting you. I hope we meet again soon.
I trust you with certain aspects of my life, but not everything. Do you think you've earned it? Oh? And why is that? A threat of death isn't good enough. A glass of unopened Chateau Lafite. Can't be too careful in a room full of children. Birthday parties don't excuse them from being naughty. Well, it's less likely for something to happen, but living with some trepidation is wise. It's not paranoia. Caution is what it is. Here, have a taste. Not your drink. You still on about that? Her saying I don't trust you must have struck a nerve. Fine, I'll give you a little. The first night you spent at my estate, do you remember? I talked about something. Yes, changing the world. Things are already set in motion. A handful of people here know fragments of it. A couple are helping me with the finer details. Let's just say I have an interest in the West Coast. It's very suitable, and I'm working on some developments on the ground. For streamlining purposes. For what purpose? I'll let you know soon enough. I trust Lillian because I've known her longer. I've only known you for 6 months, and I don't know what you're capable of. Not completely. Do you blame me? Are you saddened by it? Look at you. And I thought you were becoming cold towards me. I do like you. If I didn't, you wouldn't be here. I didn't want just anyone. I could hire whoever I pleased. But even an army wouldn't carry the same weight you alone can. You've already seen how everyone looks at you. Well, those who've heard the rumors, anyway. You seemed to care earlier when you noticed the stairs. What's changed in that time? Ah. Should Lillian be scared? Because I told you, she's a colleague and a friend of my father's. If you were in her position, how would you feel knowing one of your allies suddenly had a dangerous weapon on their arm, and one that used to belong to another? Exactly. And she's skeptical of you. I'm less so, but you know me. Caution. You think 6 months is enough? Remember what I am. I'm a human with no other strength but intellect. People lie and cheat. I observe and wait. You can detect any kind of lie, so you know who to trust much easier. But me? I have to take my time. One mistake could cost everything. I need to ensure that my trust in you will be rewarded. And I assume you have the same goal. Have I lied to you tonight? Not explaining everything isn't lying. And before you say it, it's not a lie by omission either. Then let's start building some trust. Come. There's someone else I want to find. Did you not hear me? Come. Are you disobeying me? Well, doing it now in front of all these people is a choice. Maybe I should have put a leash on you after all. Show everyone the animal you are. Clearly, a collar isn't enough. Don't you pull your face away from me. I gave you clear instructions, did I not? And why are you not listening? Do you want to be shocked? Then do as I say. Ah! Bad pet. I said you'll get your treat later. Now lick it. Heal the bite. Good. Looks like I need to teach you a thing or two. Come. Why are you taking the lead? Looking for somewhere quiet? If you want more blood, I'm not giving it to you. Was that your example of a power play? Impressive. What? What are you doing? What did you just say? Are you sure? You're positive? Oh, the noise of the water. You're positive there's another mythic here? Don't you know who it is? What do they look like? Why are you keeping it to yourself? I said we'll see on the treat. And then you bit me. So you need to be in my good graces again. By telling me who it is, or do you plan on keeping that vital piece of information to yourself? Not a live emission, You learn quickly. You don't even need leverage to ensure your own survival. You could easily kill every one of us, unless the mythic you sense is stronger. Well, they must know you're here too. And if they're not doing anything, that means they have a motive, or something. Perhaps we should leave. I've shown my face, and you've instilled fear into them as planned. That's all it takes. You want more? Don't you think you've made them anxious enough? I can imagine listening to their heartbeats quicken every time your eyes connect. But you've done enough. Oh, this is what you want instead. More attention. Yes, Ivan gave you that. You were an object on display. He didn't care about anything else but your looks and what that gave him. He was shallow, blinded by greed, materialism, and you don't belong in that category. You don't belong in anything. You're above all of that, and he never understood it, so he isn't worth talking about anymore. I'm not jealous of him. I know what I want, and right now you are mine, not his. And I doubt I'll be your last. But I want to show you that your time with me was worth it. You want to be ordered around? I can accommodate that. I order you not to do anything reckless. You know what'll happen. And I'd hate to see these guests look at you with compassion. You're not here to be pitied. You're not an object on display with no purpose but to be ogled. You want to know what you really are. You're the beginning of my magnum opus. And before you ask, I'm not going into details. Not yet. If you want to know what it is, you need to earn it. Earn my trust. I want you to. Believe me, It'll be much easier for both of us. And I might even have you around for the more important talks. Would you like that? Then you know what to do. Kissing me isn't going to give you more points. You've already made a statement by biting me. It was a good play. Oh, you just couldn't help yourself, could you? That sounds a little impulsive. Are you too attached to me? You'll have all of my attention when we return home. You've done well so far. What do you want me to say? Ah, okay. I'm proud of you, pet. Are you ready to silently threaten more people? Glad to hear it. Come. I bet they're dying to see you again. Well, dying can be an apt word. Wouldn't that be something? Front page news, dominating the internet. Strange massacre at Miss Vasilou's residence. Bodies drained and dismembered. I don't think I have the power to sweep that under the rug. When many national